So hello everyone, this is episode 2 of the To a Degree podcast run by the Edwards Degree Apprentices. I'm going to be the host today. I'm Jasmine and I'm an electrical engineering degree apprentice.
I'm Sam and I'm an electrical engineering degree apprentice as well.
And I'm Joe and that's for the triple electrical engineering apprentice.
I'm Zach. I seem to be the only one that's different here, and I'm a manufacturing engineering apprentice.
Cool. So we realised when we did the first episode that we didn't really go into any detail about what a degree apprenticeship actually is and why we've chosen it, why, what the positives are. So we want to make that this episode to just really go into detail about it and give you kind of the straight facts about it. So we're going to be explaining what a degree apprenticeship is, the advantages and also the challenges of it. The experience that we're getting at work that we wouldn't get at uni, if we were just going full time at uni, where we think that the apprenticeship will take us compared to a degree. Also, some benefits of sort of what's it like living in Eastbourne and the things that Edwards helps us out with. So we want to talk about what a degree apprenticeship actually is. Does anyone want to kind of give that introduction?
It's basically being paid to go to uni.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot more than that. It's the experience that comes with it. It's learning with your hands. I realised that university probably wasn't going to be the best path for me to do because I can't learn very well being told something and then just going away. I need to do it to learn it. And when I can apply the things that I learn at uni at work, it helps me remember that stuff. So that's basically what a degree apprentice is.
Yeah, so it's like being at uni part-time, but being at work sort of basically full-time for the rest of it. For us personally as Edwards, at Edwards, we have, for our first year, it's a day and a half we have off for uni, and then for the next 3 years we have a day off. Does anyone want to add anything about our apprenticeships and what it is?
I kind of wanted to ask, actually. I don't know this. Does everyone get guaranteed job at the end in every degree apprentice?
Not every.
Or is it just us?
It depends. I mean, even I don't know if we technically have a guaranteed job.
Oh, do we not? Oh, right.
Yeah, but it's just.
Oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think definitely for most, I think it's something like 70%, 80% of apprentices have a job at the place that they work at after they finish. So it's like, not guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah.
But that's a good percent though.
Yeah.
It's like an investment from the company, isn't it? They wouldn't do it if they didn't want to keep the apprentices on, which is a nice thing to know because the people around us are really invested in making us useful for them, basically, which is, it's a win-win for everyone.
Don't we also do a year at the end as well? It's not to do with
I was just going to mention that. Yeah, like contractually, I mean, again, maybe it's not the same with other companies, but for Edwards, we have to do a year and a half at Edwards after we graduate, at least. But yeah, it's like you're saying it's an investment. So, and also Edwards isn't the kind of company that you'd want to leave. Like it is the kind of company that you could easily stay in like for the rest of your life if you really wanted to.
Plenty
People
of people
do.
have.
Yeah, everyone has, haven't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I guess it's worth mentioning as well that and again, this isn't the same with all apprenticeships, but at Edwards, we have our first year, we don't stay put in the business. So we rotate throughout different departments, the different departments that are mostly relevant to our kind of like our discipline. You get to experience what all the different departments are like. You get to meet people in every different department. It means you've got a really good network throughout the business. Like you just know people, which is really good.
Yeah.
And it was like when I came to the company, I know I've only been here 4 or 5 months now, but it's like I didn't really know what my skill base was. Now I'm going through the rotations, I'm kind of finding out where I stand, and then at the end of that I can choose where to stay. So it's like I'll be in the correct place at the end of it, I hope.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I find that as well. I mean, with the different rotations, you find where your feet are, really.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of choose to stay there.
And even on like a soft skills level, as opposed to hard skills and like your technical information, I think Edwards does a really good job of having like these yearly reviews or these monthly reviews of checking how you're doing and checking kind of where you're falling behind as well, because they're not doing it to kind of yell at you and be like, oh, you're falling behind. It's more of like a personal thing where you can go, oh, my communication isn't great. I need to, concentrate on that more.
Definitely.
Yeah, and they help support in that as well.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the main one is experience, isn't it, that you get?
Exactly. Yeah.
No one else is going to have the experience that you have when you get your degree at the end of that. So you're the one that's going to get the job.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
you have
like-
4 years of experience as well as a degree. No one really can
Yeah.
beat that at our age.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies asking for graduates that have 4 or 5 years of experience, and it's like that is
How is that
impossible
possible? Yeah.
Yeah.
unless you go through the degree apprenticeship. But you wouldn't want to leave Edwards to go and join one of those anyway. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where it's not
Exactly.
really.
But even if you do you know what I mean? Even if you go to a company that you don't really like that much, you do have the freedom to move on and go to companies with like a good what's the word, like you've got something
Foundation.
behind you. Yeah, exactly. And be like, yeah, I've got experience and the degree.
And it's not even like just securing that job, it's like actually doing well in that job. If I was to go to a job that was asking for 5 years experience and I had 5 years of experience, you do pick up a lot of
Yeah.
experience. You know what you're doing in that job, and it's like I feel like if I was to come straight out of uni with only learning theory behind the things that we're doing, I wouldn't be very useful in a job. But
Yeah.
Yeah, how
feeling.
do they do that? How do
Yeah.
they do it? Like,
just
does
jump
anyone
straight
know?
out of uni into a job, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
I don't really get it either, to be honest.
Like, do they have to just like say it's work experience and work for free for a bit? Or is like, I don't know how they do it.
We should talk to some of the graduates. Like we were thinking about
That'd be
having a
interesting.
later episode of having the graduates on and just getting their experiences as well. So we can ask them about that in a future episode.
Well, Edwards offers a lot of year in industry, don't they? And I suppose that's a good way of getting experience if you go into university.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I'd still argue that a degree apprenticeship is better because you're integrating the practical and the theory, whereas a sandwich year, or a year in industry, you're sort of doing that, but it's a bit more disjointed. I think having those two married together, like literally week by week, that just the learning is so much deeper than it would be if you were just at uni.
I feel like as well, like with the degree apprenticeship, you're from the bottom kind of built up,
Yeah.
rather than as a graduate or something, or year in industry. I assume I don't really know about year of industry, so I assume you've already got like some uni work. But yeah, it's almost like midway and then being built up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd much rather get the good foundations from everyone else's experience as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that works out way better.
Yeah, definitely.
I quite like how they you meet people and they sort of treat you as if they're trying to teach you something rather than expecting you to know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Make
Yeah,
life a
yeah,
bit easier.
it's like they more expect the ethic, don't they? The work ethic and the motivation, which is like something we can offer. But
Yeah.
the experience, it's what we're here to get, not what we have. So
Yeah, I think that's a massive, I've actually never thought of that before, Zach, until you just mentioned that, but the difference in how my lecturers treat me and how people at work treat me is huge. You're almost treated like a child at uni, you're almost spoken down to, and you don't feel like you're on the same level as them, even though you're not technically, but it feels like that. Whereas at work, that gap doesn't feel as large, I think, because people are just more, I guess, open. I don't know why it is, but it's just much more welcoming.
they appreciate our help, I think.
Yeah,
Because they respect that we're there to help them. They teach us.
And then I was just thinking they've got so much to do as well.
Yeah.
So it's just nice for them to be like, oh my God, yes, take this from me.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't even find myself doing the petty jobs either. It's like a lot of apprentices, you hear that they're like the tea maker. They go and make the cups of teas and stuff. But I feel like we're given important jobs, and it's quite nice to have that responsibility. Can get a bit stressful when people are
to
relying
be fair,
on you, but
It was worrying because my first thing was the smart screwdriver. That was like my very first thing, and oh my god, when it kept going wrong, oh mate, no, it's not a good time. And I was just freaking out because it felt so important. I mean, it is important, and I was like, no, this can't go wrong. This cannot go wrong.
But that's the
But
thing
but it's good. It's good to have that experience, though. Definitely, I learned so much from that.
Yeah.
I learned exactly what you don't do as well. That's what I learned a lot of.
That's a brilliant perk of the degree apprenticeship. You do fail a lot, and it's like you learn so much from that. At uni, you can't really
there's no space
do the theory.
Yeah, you have no wiggle room to get things wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the other kind of thing, is that maybe you'd underestimate, is that you're not just learning how to be part of the business that you're a part of, but you're learning how to be part of any business. Like, you just wouldn't know those things unless you had been in the business for a long time. And like, that's just super useful. I think just in life in generally, you gain confidence in like speaking to people, things like that. Yeah. Like you just wouldn't get that at uni.
Even just seeing how a business works, like, I don't know if we can mention the town hall meetings, but it's basically just like a yearly review, a quarterly review, and it's just seeing how the business actually operates and being included in all of that is just nice to see. It's just life skills that you just learn.
Yeah, and we're quite a big part of that as well. We sort of contribute to quite a bit of the statistics and everything that goes through it. Yeah, which is quite
especially
nice.
the age statistic now. We bring in
yeah.
The big one that we haven't mentioned is the money, which is like a huge benefit. You don't get any student debt, which is, some people kind of argue that it's irrelevant because, some people like never pay off their student debt and it just gets written off. Yeah. But like for me personally, I wouldn't like to think that I'm in debt all the time.
No, I'm the same. It's always something that's on the back of your head, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I owe like 60 grand.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
graduates, they come and they say like, oh, I'm so jealous of you. And it's like, there's some people that are in like 80 grand of debt, and it's just not nice to know, is it?
It's mad, isn't it? And even when you do get a job and you are just paying that off, obviously you don't see it, like you don't ever see the money and then it's taken away, but still just knowing that I'm getting less than I am actually earning would just feel like, I don't know, that would hurt me.
Why wouldn't you get paid to go to uni? It's like, go to uni and pay for it, or go to uni, get all the experience, be part of a team, be part of a company.
It just makes so much sense.
Paid for,
Because I joined, sort of got the interview quite late. I'd already set up all of my sort of loans and everything. I'd already been paid sort of, I think, $1 grand and a bit for the loan, for the maintenance loan, and it was. And I just looked at that and I thought, it's brilliant. I've got that money in my account, but it's like I don't own any of that. If you know what I mean. None of that's mine. I didn't work for it.
Yeah. And you're going to have to pay it back at some point, probably.
Yeah, exactly. So, The thing is, I did pay it back, and I think I had it for like 2-3 weeks, and I had to pay an extra like £3 on top of whatever it was, and I was like,
wow, it goes up by that much. It's insane.
It was mental. So no, it's not. Nothing's free, is it?
Yeah.
But with the apprenticeship, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying. Of course, you get maintenance loans and things like that, so you do have your own money. But it's different. Like my friends that are at uni, like especially because of COVID, they are struggling with money at the moment. They are really struggling to pay their rent. Some of them have had to go back to their parents and things like that, ask their parents for money. And it's just, do you know what I mean? It's like I feel like uni by itself, especially in these times, isn't that secure, especially the money element. Whereas if you're in a degree apprenticeship, chances are your job is more secure depending on what industry you're in, and also that income is secure as well. And some people think that apprentices aren't paid very well, but like I personally can easily live off of what we get. And like that is just, it's almost priceless, even though you're getting paid for it.
I'm well happy. I'm pretty happy.
To be honest with you, every month I find it quite weird that I see that amount of money go into my account, and it's like, what did I actually do for that? Almost.
That is not a good thing to say.
No, I know.
I've done no work.
No, but you learn. I mean, It's just being
Yeah, we're
paid,
being
to
paid
learn.
to learn. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
odd.
yeah. See what you mean.
The idea of that. I mean, of course you contribute to things and you work as hard as like you can.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're being paid to go to uni almost
Yeah.
is amazing.
But yeah, it feels like a dream come true or something. Like,
Mm.
I think I've gotten used to it now, but like when I started, it was just like, wow, this is my job for the next 4 years. I've got this like solid. It's great.
Like, when you travel to uni and stuff, they really make sure to look after you, don't they? It's like the cost of your uni travel is all paid for. I don't know if that's going to stay the same forever, but it's like they really make sure that we can get to uni, we do attend, and they do really support our studies in that way.
Yeah.
Like financially as well as like actually supporting us in our studies.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
Although not
just to
me, but-
mention as well, that's not necessarily like something that every company does, but it's just Edwards is really good with that. Like they really do look after us, and it extends even past like our direct manager, who's like part of the HR team, sort of. She has to, she does stuff like that, like reimburse our costs. But even like my manager, who isn't part of the kind of apprenticeship side at all, like he's just my manager for engineering, he's so like kind and like supportive. Like when he knew that I had my exams this week and the last week, he was like, if you need to take the week off, take the week off. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone is just like,
It's
so
like with tools as well. Every day I turn up and there's a new tool there that's
Yeah.
been bought for me specifically because I need to use it, but it's like I can keep that, and they are seriously investing in us. If you need
Yeah.
anything, they will buy it for you, headset, or especially working from home now. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people have been bought basically entire setups at home. Like, have you got a
Myself.
monitor? Yeah, like you got a monitor, didn't you?
I've got a monitor, keyboard, laptop stand, the laptop itself. Basically everything.
Oh yeah, and you get your laptop. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
big positive. But we couldn't do our work without it. But it's still your laptop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that you look after, you bring to and from work. And it's also not very restrictive as well. We can use it for uni.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
As
It's
well.
actually really handy for that stuff because I mean I
Yeah.
don't have Word. I don't have Word on my computer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly that.
I guess like it's worth mentioning as well of how the projects that we work on and the practicals that we do actually contribute to Edwards as a business. Whereas at uni, what you're doing, I guess if you're doing like a PhD or a master's, then what you're doing maybe will contribute to like research and stuff like that. But like no doubt, no matter what apprenticeship you're doing, you will be contributing to real life, work and projects that will make the company money, which just feels good to succeed at something, and get something done, and know that you've helped the company that you work at.
And that's like what Joe was saying. Everyone is so busy that they really just appreciate our help. And it's like the jobs that they give us, they know that they can rely on us with and they will help us with. But, they're really appreciative of the stuff that they're giving us because they need it done. And it's like, it's really, really good for contributing to Edwards.
And what I found quite recently, in actual fact, is how accepting they are almost in the way that I've been added to sort of every meeting that this group of people have on a project, and being able to contribute to that and say your point of view is quite extraordinary, really.
Yeah.
It's important as well that we do, because we haven't particularly got the same mindset as the other employees. It's like, yeah, we might not be the cleverest yet, but we can still have ideas. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's really important that we do contribute. And I think that's what Edwards are looking for as well, people that will contribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited about that. Like, I totally want to come up with like the greatest idea of like, be like, yes,
Get paid
that
loads of
was
money.
me.
Yeah. Become the biggest name in the business.
See
and make
that?
something like
That's the
Yeah.
Joe Nemeth pump.
That's what's
Oh.
great, is that like that's the like as apprentices we totally could come up with like some new technology, like okay, maybe not some like whole new technology, but like I don't know, like for me every time I like write a program or think of something, like that feels like a massive win.
Yeah.
Like that's like I just love that so much.
Even like we've been doing a lot of pillar drilling lately, and me and Jasmine, we built a fixture that just made our job so much easier, and it was like that wasn't necessarily thought of, but it
That
made
just makes you feel good, isn't it?
literally half the time, and it just made myself feel a lot better because I couldn't do all the work that I had in half the time, and I had a lot more time to help on other projects, and I felt like that was appreciated.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like one comparison with uni as well, is that like when I do my uni studies, a lot of the time I lose motivation when it comes to like exams and stuff, and I just get tired, and I feel like, do you know what I mean? Like obviously I'm still going to keep going, but I just feel tired and I feel like I don't want to keep going. Whereas at work, I never have that. Like I always just I always just have momentum to keep going and keep trying to solve it, because I know that people will say, hey, well done, you finished it, and I'll feel good about it. Whereas at uni, like I think if I was just doing uni, honestly, I think I probably would have dropped out by now, but because like it's so stressful and it doesn't feel like I'm getting something that's useful, even though it's
I think that's what it is as well, isn't it? It's almost uni's for yourself, isn't it? But then work's for work and everyone and other people.
You're not particularly rewarded.
I think that's what gets you going as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's what gets me going anyway.
Yeah. You get 70% in an exam and you'll feel like, yay. But it's like, you know.
Yeah. But if you help some
guy
out, and he's like well happy about it, it makes your day.
Or if you've taken that big leap in the sort of project that everyone else needs you to do before they can do their bit, it's like, oh, thank God.
And it's even speaking to people at work. It's like if I have a problem, I'll know exactly where to go, and when I go and speak to that person, it's just nice to have that social interaction with everyone. At uni, I can go to my lecturer and he'll give me like a short response that might help me. But if I go to someone at work, they genuinely want to help me, and it's nice to know, they're busy and I do feel quite bad taking their time, but I need help, and they know that I genuinely need it if I'm at the point where I'm asking. And it's never hard to ask a question, and all anyone ever says to us is no question is too stupid, and that's really nice to know, because I have some really stupid questions. I really do.
I was going to say, I've asked so many questions. I think I'm getting to the point where people are getting annoyed at me now. I mean, they're fully invested. It's more that I think maybe I'm not timing it perfectly.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I think it's more my fault.
Like, That comes with skills.
That's it. That's something I learned from here, which you definitely wouldn't get. From just kind of uni.
The whole living in Eastbourne or having to move to Eastbourne.
We haven't even mentioned that we're Eastbourne apprentices. So
have we not? Wow.
No, we've just said Edward's apprentices, haven't we?
Yeah.
But I was kind of thinking, just like the whole idea of moving to uni is living with your friends and that. And people are probably a bit scared to move out by themselves.
Yeah.
Come for a degree apprenticeship, but it's really not that bad.
And it's better to get it out of the way. Like if I was worried about it, like during uni and then after uni, I had to worry about it then. Like I'd rather get everything that's scary done in one go, like starting uni, starting a new job, living alone, having to like pay bills and stuff. I'd rather do that all in one go than like stagger it and keep getting worried about different things at different points.
I mean, that's what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to, as soon as I finished college, go as far away as possible.
You see, that's Scotland, a lot of people's mindset.
Yeah. I always wanted to do that. I always just wanted to go as far away as possible. But then I got stuck here. But I'm still here.
being responsible for yourself is just nice. Like living in my own place, I look after my own place sometimes, but and it's the money that we get given from Edwards is more than enough to live where we are. It's a nice flexible amount of money, and I've basically gone for the cheapest place possible for my first year just to see what I'm living off, basically. But I think I'll be looking for a new place. But it's my own place. It's nice. I'm a long way away from home, and with the virus at the minute, I don't really get to see many people, which is it's tough. But it's only like being at uni, really. Yeah,
that's true. I guess the difference is that people at uni, like you were saying earlier about the Manchester like students that were just caged in and stuff like that. Like when you're at uni, you're kind of still looked after. You're kind of still controlled. Whereas
It
if you-
feels like you're at school. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, screw that. No,
It's-
sorry if that's too much.
But that's the thing, is that for some people that's what they need. They need someone to still kind of look after them and give them accommodation and stuff like that. But for those people that want to get out, degree apprenticeships are a really good option, because you really just can be completely independent from like a really young age.
But then at the same time, you guys are always there to support us. So
Yeah.
Like-
You're not really on your own. Like, you
Yeah.
can be, but there's still support. Yeah.
And the bigger our army gets,
yeah,
the more
Come and join
support
us.
we
We'll
have.
be unstoppable.
Yes.
Zach, what's it like for you? Because I know that you're commuting in for
Yeah,
a while away.
I mean, I was quite comfortable with where I am with my parents and everything like that. So, I mean, I decided to commute a bit more, just because I thought it was worth it. If you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
with the wages and everything, it's similar to cost-wise as it would be to rent a place. So
Oh,
I
right.
just, for the first year, I just decided just to see how it goes doing the traveling thing.
How are you finding commuting
Travelling.
in? Yeah.
Overall, after a few months of doing it, I found it a lot easier. In the first sort of couple of weeks was a lot harder, but I find, because I live quite near to the university, the that day and a half that we have to do university, I can do it from home.
Yeah.
So
correct.
only coming in sort of 3 days a week makes life a lot easier. But I
Yeah.
have done full weeks, and they are doable.
Mm.
And after sort of just getting used to it, it's almost the same as sort of going somewhere else for work. If you know what I mean. If you live 10 minutes down the road, I'd probably still
Yeah.
get up the
Same routine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you
yeah,
think you'll end up moving into Eastbourne?
maybe in sort of maybe a year or so. But
Yeah.
I mean, with the whole fact that it costs the same to either live in Eastbourne or live here, it gives you a very sort of wide choice
Yeah.
where you can be. But in the end, I'll probably end up moving. But with what I like doing and the hobbies that I have, I can't really do it somewhere else.
No, I'm staying in Bexhill for now. It's nice and cheap. And then when I've finished my degree and I'm making the money, I'm gonna buy one of those massive houses in Eastbourne. Have you seen the houses in Eastbourne? There's some crazy
Yeah,
big
they are
houses.
Is there?
One's in like Old Town.
There's some I've seen
Like-
that are
like-
like so majestic, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I want one of them. I'm gonna get one of them.
Once you finish your degree.
Yeah.
And hey, if you were just doing uni, you wouldn't be able to afford that.
Exactly.
Because you're doing a degree.
I'll
I'll
still
still be paying
Or
my
even-
debt. I'll still be paying all my debt off.
Or even having the ability to save some money. I mean, if you want
Yes.
to, with what we're doing, you're able to save
Easily.
Yeah.
for things like that, like houses in the future and stuff.
Yeah.
The apprenticeships being a lot more popular, I feel.
Yeah, which is good, and we want
Yeah.
I want them to be more popular, because it makes me like kind of sad to think that there's people that could be doing degree apprenticeships like across the country, but they just don't know what they are, or they don't.
Yeah, they haven't
Think
really
they-
considered it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like people who go to uni because they want to go to uni and that is the path for them. That is good. But there's people stuck at uni that
Shouldn't
maybe
be
aren't
there.
enjoying it and aren't learning to their best ability and would be getting a lot more out of a degree apprenticeship. Especially now there's more. It's not only engineering that you can do it in. There's so many more that are popping up
Yeah.
everywhere. So
Definitely.
consider it, people.
Consider it, yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
point of this podcast, so people will listen to it and like know what it's about and know that it's not just like making tea and stuff. And hopefully they'll
Get bullied. We
yeah.
don't get bullied, and we don't make tea, and we do not make Hoovers.
When I was applying for them, I just thought it was a no-brainer in every sort of direction. really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think about it and you think, right, I could do that. I could do a straight degree. I'm this amount in debt. I'm not getting paid. I've got to do a job alongside it I don't like,
Yeah, exactly.
and nothing contributing to what I actually want to learn. And then a degree apprenticeship's like, you do a job, you get paid for it, you got no debt, you're enjoying yourself, you're learning about
You
what you
learn
need.
so much more.
Yeah,
And-
it's easier to learn. It's ridiculous.
I think
I don't
the
see why
issue,
not
yeah,
everyone
the
doesn't do
issue
it.
is no one knows about it, and I think people aren't confident enough about it. But they shouldn't be scared of doing a degree apprenticeship.
Yeah.
The uni work is harder because you have a
Yeah,
lot more
less
on your plate.
time.
But for me, especially, that is a really good thing because it's forcing me to manage my time. So, but before I was a bit of a mess. Like I wasn't very organized, but now I have to organize myself. I have to do my food shops when I need to do them. I need to do my schoolwork, my uni work. I need to do my work.
Yeah.
And it forces me to get organized, which is
and routine as well. I feel like
routine, definitely, yeah.
So that was the second episode of the To a Degree Edwards Apprentice podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learnt a little bit more about what a degree apprenticeship actually is and what some of the benefits and challenges are when it comes to degree apprenticeships in general. As always, if you have any questions or any suggestions, anything you'd like to see on the podcast, please email askanapprentice@edwardsvacuum.com. We are looking at this inbox every single day, so you will get a quick response, and we are open to suggestions. And also just remember that there's no such thing as a stupid question. You know, if you're wondering about something, just ask. You know, we're here to answer your questions. We're here to help. We're not going to ridicule you in any way. So don't worry about emailing us or contacting us if you need to. We're going to be uploading more episodes, hopefully every week, on the Edwards Vacuum YouTube page. So if you do want to keep up to date with these and know when one has come out, then do subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye!